Hey everyone, hope all is well. So this is going to be quick today. I'm hoping 5 or 6 minute range, but just to preface a little bit. So 2 months ago I did a short, 1 minute short on MIDI Learn, and that's 2 months ago, and thought I had everything in there. And again, it's a short, but it's pretty easy. So, but then I get a comment. And if you're watching at J Technuts, TECHNUTS, I'll tag you. Thank you for the comment. I did reply. And I forgot to show the settings that you need, your MIDI settings. Because he said for anyone else struggling to make this work, you must have your settings and your MIDI preference set up. By default, certain things are enabled. He was specific. And I said, thank you for that piece of information. You're exactly right. I meant to do a longer video on this and never got around to it. I should probably do that. But seriously, thanks for that, because there are some things on the other end. Anyway, yes. So that's why we're here. Because this is how to MIDI learn, as you can see what the title implies. I'm specifically going to be using the MPC XSE and the MPK 249, but it'll work with any modern MPC and any MIDI controller that has MIDI learn capabilities. Now, obviously, you're gonna have your MIDI connected however you want. USB. I have 5-pin, and if you want a 5-pin, I have mine going both ways, out to in, and then out to in. You get the same, get to the same place either way. Now, this is the part that I forgot to add. First thing you're going to do after your MIDI is connected, come into Menu, Preferences, and MIDI Sync, and on the input port, you're going to want to make sure that you have global, control, and especially control. I'll explain in a minute, and track. For me, I have those all. And on the output of your specified output, have sync, and track. Okay, and this is very quickly what they do. Your global allows MIDI to come to whatever selected, it allows MIDI into whatever selected program you have at the time. Control allows the MIDI learn function to happen, and then track gives you individual track control. So we need that. On the output, the sync gives us sync capabilities. So that's the part that I left out. And thank you, J Technuts, for again pointing that out. So once we have that, you have your MIDI set up and your settings set up. Back out and come into MIDI Learn. This is pretty much where the short started. If you want to just, well, I guess it's pointless at this point. So now that we're here, and of course, depending on your MIDI controller, you may have to have some things set up here. On this one in particular, I just had to make sure that the 5-pin MIDI DIN was turned on. That's it, in your global settings. Anyway. And then on your user interface here, what we're going to do is on the top left we have a plus. We're going to tap that there. If it's not highlighted, you want to make sure it is. It'll be denoted here on the lane surrounded by red. Then you want to enable learn by highlighting it like that. You're going to come over here. You're going to move whatever control you want to do. So for me specifically, I'm going to want to learn this first fader to the volume, the first track, which is like a drum track. So you move that control you want to learn. Boom. That's why you need control right there. If not, it'll come up as general MIDI and it won't work. You need it to show up like that. Absolute CC, that's control change on channel 1, and that's the CC number 18. Without control enabled in preferences, it'll show up general MIDI and it won't work. So that's why it's important. Now, once you've moved it, now we're going to come to source or target. That used to confuse me, but this is the way to explain it for me is now that we've moved what control, I want that to control the first track, right? So your source is what are you controlling? A track, a submix, a return, and then the target of that is like what element of that, the volume, the pan, the mute, etc. So like I said, a track, right? And it's that drum. Keep tapping there until it's there. Source is going to be the volume, which is on the mixer. Right there. First thing to do, come out to your channel mixer and move it and see. All right. We'll do one more. I'll do the mute to show you how one more time, and then that'll be it. It's easy peasy, pumpkin peasy. So back into menu, MIDI Learn, add the lane. Make sure, see how it's not highlighted? See where the red is? You want to make sure you highlight. Make sure that's highlighted. And then come and push the button or move whatever control you want. This is the mute. There. And then again, source. It's going to be for the track, same track, the drum track. Right. Okay. The target this time, same thing. It's not the same thing. It's on the mixer, but it's going to be a mute. There, when we come out to our channel mixer and we see mute and that. And that's that. So just to recap, your global is not necessarily like the whole global. It allows you to control global, like the program that's selected at the time. Track allows you to have individual track control, and control is what allows the MIDI Learn. Okay, and the sync will give you other sync information. If you're doing like arpeggios or note repeats, it'll let you sync. So that's that. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Peace out.